Greetings and welcome to another edition of Political Empire. I'm your host, Kim Pearsall with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. And as we get closer to the election, we're going to focus on a few key races here and there. And today, our focus is going to be on the 35th congressional race between Gloria Negrete McLeod and Joe Baca. And I have on the phone with us our Washington correspondent, Ben Goad. Ben, how's it going today?
It's going well, thanks.
Fantastic. Obviously, you're staying busy. Our Sacramento correspondent, Jim Miller, is keeping very busy. There are quite a few races to keep track of. What should folks take away from what's going on in this congressional race between, again, two Democrats, Gloria Negrete McLeod and Joe Baca?
Right. Well, this race is one of three House races in inland Southern California this year, where it's an intra-party squabble, if you will. This is a result of the state's new top two primary system, which allows the top two finishers in the June primary to go at it, whether or not they're from the same party.
Right. And as far as how this played out during the primary, who was leading whom in the primary going into the general election?
Right. Yeah. So basically, it turns out to be mostly a rematch of that primary, which Baca won with 45% of the vote. Negrete McLeod, state senator, had 36.3%, and a third-party candidate, Anthony Vieira, had 18.6%. But the big difference this time around will potentially at least be voter turnout. In the primary, only 14.2% of voters in that district actually cast ballots.
And as far as fundraising has gone so far, who are the big backers of either candidate and who's getting the most so far?
Well, as an incumbent member of Congress, Baca has a significant fundraising advantage. He's raised and spent well over $600,000 to date, and he still has about $200,000 left in the bank. So he's looking like he's in good shape fundraising-wise. And Negrete McLeod, on the other hand, has raised around $221,000. She has about $80,000 left in the tank, so she's at a disadvantage. Also, Baca has the key endorsements from the state and national party folks, as well as some leaders in the area. So it's going to be a question over whether voters want to see an incumbent or a challenger in office.
And tell us a little bit about the geography of the district as well as the demographics. It obviously leans heavily Democratic. You've got two Democrats running. What else can you tell us about this district?
Yes, this, as you said, it's a very Democratic, very Latino district, which really helps neither of those candidates. Or both, however you want to put it. But it's anchored in Ontario, and it's around it. It's got parts of Fontana and Rialto. It's got Chino. It's got Pomona. So it's a West End San Bernardino Valley district, very Democratic, and there's not going to be any love lost between these two candidates over the next month.
True. And it sounds like the key is get out the vote campaigns, because there was such a low turnout for the primary that whoever gets more voters to the voting booth may end up swinging in their favor. So, Ben, thanks so much for talking to us about the 35th Congressional District, and surely we're going to be getting more updates from you on other key races. And thank you for watching yet another edition of Political Empire. We'll see you on Monday.